From the Mount Prospect Ice Arena, we're ready for the AHAI Tier 2 12UAA State Championship game between the Chicago Blues and the Winnetka Warriors. Hi everyone, I'm Brandon Januska along with my partner Mike Napolitano as we've got another great hockey match on tap for you today here on Shellin Sports Media. Another championship game. We've been calling hockey throughout today. There have been championship games going on today and tomorrow, and now it's time for the 12UAA State Championship game, Blues and Warriors.
Got the Blues in their black away jerseys, I should say. They're on the away bench, and then the Winnetka Warriors down here in their white jerseys highlighted with the green and the gold. But we're up here on the corner platform from the north rink here at Mount Prospect Ice Arena, so it's going to be an interesting angle for the game, but a fun one. There's going to be a lot of zooming in on this far side, and we'll get you some up-close action on this near side.
Yes, I'll give you your props right now. That's Mike Napolitano. He's on the camera today. He'll be the one working with all those zoom-ins, zoom-outs, and try to keep track of the puck as we go along throughout this game. For the Chicago Blues, they finished the regular season 17-5-0-2. Two of those overtime losses, you get a point for it. That was good for fourth best in the Pee Wee Major out in the Central States Development Hockey League. On the other side, the Winnetka Warriors finished the regular season second with 40 points. They were 19-3-0-2, and it was the Winnetka Warriors who ended up winning the Central States Pee Wee Major Championship game, a 3-2 victory over Wilmette back on February 8th. But Chicago trying to get the big win here in the state championship game. Blues and Warriors will have the introductions for both championship game squads coming up in just a moment. But when it comes to head-to-head action between these two teams, they played evenly against each other. So these two teams, they know each other well, and they've been able to be evenly matched when playing each other as they both come out to their respective blue lines for our state championship game introductions.
Welcome to the 2026 AHAI Tier 2 State Hockey Championship game. This is the Tier 2 12UAA division. Today we've got the home team. We've got the Winnetka Warriors versus the Blues. Let's meet the presidents of the Blues. On defense, number 5, Benjamin Neuer.
We're about ready for hockey. The AHAI Tier 2 12UAA State Championship game between your Chicago Blues and the Winnetka Warriors. Brandon Januska along with Mike Napolitano here on Shillin Sports Media. Again, this is a good one on tap for you today in this championship game. It's the second place and fourth place teams from the Pee Wee Major regular season. Winnetka did go on to win that level championship game for Central States, and now they're trying to cap it off with a state championship as well. But not if the Chicago Blues have something to say about it. Both teams went 4-0 in the round robin stage of these state playoffs, and both are coming off overtime wins last week on March 1st. For the Blues, a 2-1 OT win against the Sabres. Ethan Olchak with a regulation goal, and then Annie Farquhar with the OT GWG, the game winner in overtime, to send the Blues into this championship game. And for Winnetka, it was a 3-2 overtime win against Wilmette last week. Carter Caruso with 2 goals, including the overtime winner. Michael Prentice had the other one. It was a power play goal for Prentice in the third period. So both coming off big emotional wins in overtime last week. See if that carries over into the championship game here today. Caruso on the draw for Winnetka. Again, we're kind of in the corner, so the angle, we can see the players in white, the Winnetka Warriors, pretty well. It was Olchak, Ethan Olchak, who took the draw on the other side for the Chicago Blues, but it's the Warriors who gained the offensive end first off the opening draw, just getting started. 14-minute periods in this state championship game at the 12UAA level. Blues will push it out of their zone to center ice, and they'll gain entry on the other end. Skating around with it, there's Olchak with a shot in on net. Wyatt Pedowitz, the netminder for Winnetka. On the other side, it's Nicholas Torling for the Blues as the puck comes back out to center ice. Just 40 seconds into this one, just getting started, no score. Bouncing puck along the far boards, and now the Blues bring it out to the near side and will push it down deep. Rings around back behind the net. Blues go off for a change. Able to hold the zone from the point, hit a body, and it kicks out toward the corner, wrapped around by Winnetka, and they'll skate out with it. It's Max Mann bringing the puck forward and gives it away to the Blues, who will push back ahead the other way. Blues in the zone from the circle. A shot goes right through the crease. At the other end, that was Weiner, Ben Weiner for the Blues. Weiner battles for the puck. It gets sent back out. There goes Mann. Max Mann gains entry, tried to shoot. He whiffed on it. Able to regain the puck in the corner. Centering attempt, and now a shot. It's loose out in front. Good centering effort there by Max Mann. And the Warriors just couldn't get the puck elevated. Torling covers it up with 12:21 to go in the opening frame. We're still scoreless. Both teams will make some changes.
Blues are going to have to watch out for the Winnetka Warriors taking that outside perimeter route and then just throwing a puck from low to high. There is that last chance came on net from a point-blank spot.
Face-off was to the left of Nicholas Torling. Blues come away with possession and send it out to center ice where it's collected by the Warriors. D-to-D pass. Now they try to enter on the near side. It's Ryan Shea who gains entry. A pass attempt went off the stick of Thilman out to the far corner. Blues take it away in that corner and try to clear their end. It hit a skate, never got out. Now it does on the second effort. Warriors try to push it back in, but it ends up with Ryan Huff as he sends it across the ice. Blues gain the zone and will dump it deep. As a couple of players go off for a change, Warriors gain possession and they'll push out with Cal Warmus. Trying to go through 3 different men, just flips it down ice instead. Ryan Shea couldn't get there in time. Blues gain possession and they skate out with it. Now the Blues coming forward, possible 3-on-2 if they're quick. Olchak with a backhanded pass attempt. It's loose out in front and it's in! Olchak with the pass behind the back to center it. Then a couple of Blues players were poking at the puck, and it finally finds its way past Wyatt Pedowitz, and the Blues take an early 1-0 lead.
Great zone entry, great passing, as you mentioned, from Olchek, and I believe that goal is going to get credited to the lady up front right there, number 97, Annie Farquhar, on the tap in. That puck was just kind of loose in the crease, and you had a number of dark jerseys swarming the blue paint, and they are able to find the back door.
For Farquhar, that'd be her 4th goal, including, I mentioned, the OT winner last game back on March 1st.
You got to wonder, with that skill of a pass and the last name on the jersey, if we're looking at any relation to Eddie Olchek here.
Yeah, definitely
With Ethan Olchek.
has the hockey skills. Olchek in on the draw. Olchek, the leading goal scorer, with 7. Also picked up an assist there. He now has 11 points total in these state playoffs as Winnetka pushes out the other way. 1-0 Blues lead. 11 minutes to go in this first period. A shovel pass just in on net, covered up by Torling. He'll draw the whistle. 10:58 to go in period 1. 1-0 Blues.
Good backhand attempt from Winnetka, and an even better opportunity stopping that from Nicholas Torling, shutting the door there and hugging that near post, not cheating, just staying with that backhand of the shooter.
To the right of Torling. You get ready for the draw. 10:58 left in the first. Face-off won by the Blues. They ring it around behind their own net. Now send it out to center ice, where it's collected by the Warriors. Ian Duncan has it, sends it forward. That's Linehan gaining the zone from the near corner. Tried to go back behind, had his pocket picked. And now the Blues will push back the other way. Farquhar along the boards just dumps it all the way down before going off for a change, but was short of the red line. Icing is the call with 10:33 to go. And the puck will come back down ice into the Blues' end.
Just a little bit of situational awareness there, not realizing Farquhar was just short of the red line. That's something you just gotta, that's that on-ice awareness. Just gotta pay attention to going forward. Make sure you don't put your team in a tough position defensively.
So another face-off to Torling's right. This time Winnetka comes away with it. Battle along the near boards. In the corner, it rings around to the other side. And squirts on down ice. Chased down by the Warriors. They'll collect it. Ian Duncan has it behind his own net. Will redirect back to the far side. Ben Weiner came in quick, but Winnetka able to clear their end. Prentice moving forward with the puck, and he'll just dump it down and around. Able to find Thomas Thillman in the far corner. Blues knock it out to the point, but not further. A pass goes right through the slot, near side. Blues collect, and this time they do come out to the neutral zone and push it down deep before going off for a change. It was almost covered up by Pedowitz. Then he realized the Blues were changing and played the puck. And now Winnetka pushes the other way. Good stick by Max Mann. He gains the zone. A shot from the dot, and it's kicked aside by Torling. Out to center ice it goes. Max Mann had a clean look there. Kicked away with the right pad of Torling.
A little bit of an awkward drop there from Torling. I don't know if he expected the shot. Maybe he was also looking at the pass there, or just didn't expect it to come low like that, but didn't completely close the legs 5-hole. But you talk about the Blues offensive game right now. It's just been a lot of dump and chase and dump and change. So just kind of living to fight another day. Winnetka was almost looking to catch them in that change, but that little hesitation kept things even.
9:20 and counting left in the first period. That face off to the left of Pedowitz, and it's in the near corner right below us. Pfeiffer came away with it. Now Winnetka takes it away, and Warmis will push forward. Sends a pass across to Thillman. Goes right through a Blues player. A centering pass attempt ends up back behind. Thillman, good poke of the puck, gains control, and now skates around with it. It's taken away by the Blues, and they dump it out to center ice. That was a good stick there by Ryan Huff to poke it away. Now the Blues gain entry. Skating around with it, Olchek. Running around, centering attempt for Farquhar, whiffed on the shot. And the puck goes out to the neutral zone with Winnetka. Another clean look for Farquhar.
It was a very similar play to what the Winnetka Warriors try to do at the other end. A low to high pass from below the goal line. Olczyk realizes that he's got his line mate Farquhar in front. She's looking for her second of the day and just didn't connect.
That is the line that is out there right now. The forwards, Olczyk, Farquhar, and Bolonino. 1-0 Blues lead. It was an Annie Farquhar goal assisted by Olczyk that found the back of the net. 8:18 and counting left in this first period. Ian Duncan with the puck sends it forward. Sent further along by Ben Sims and then back the other way. Duncan once again has it. Pushes it ahead, knocked down by the Blues. A centering attempt, tie up of the stick, prevented Caruso from getting a shot off. And now tied up right along the blue line. It goes out to Farquhar at center ice, deflects up and into the Winnetka bench for a whistle. 7:48 remaining in the first, 1-0 Blues.
Both teams just kind of exchanging offensive opportunities at the moment. After that one goal, it seems things have settled down here for the most part.
Face-off collected by the Warriors. They push ahead, trailing by a goal. Chase Jewett sends it down. It'll be played behind the net by the goaltender, Nicholas Torling. Rung around, held in by Winnetka. Mann sends it deep, comes right back out. It'll cross the blue line, and it'll ring all the way down along the boards. Chasing it is Fletcher. Christopher Fletcher came up with it, as that is an offsides play. Ben Weiner couldn't quite get across the blue line in time before touching the puck. Offsides the call, 7:18 to go in the opening frame. 1-0 Blues on top.
We've seen Weiner playing that high pressure offense, and sometimes it's going to catch you off sides a little bit in a play like that, but it's worth the risk if you're the man that is supposed to play a high and you can get a poke check turnover in the offensive zone.
Yeah, definitely the risk is worth it. The reward, I should say, is worth the risk.
Right.
As Winnetka has the puck, they'll push forward. Turnover in the neutral zone. Back and forth it goes. Still loose in the neutral zone, and now Winnetka does come away with it. Caruso will send it deep into the Blues' end. Under 7 minutes to go in the opening period, halfway through. 14-minute periods here at this level. 1-0 Blues. Blues collect behind their own net. And now push it forward into the neutral zone, along the near boards and off the boards, down into the corner. Chicago goes off for a change. Winnetka collects. Good poke there by Pfeiffer to initially keep it, but now Winnetka goes back the other way. It's Carter Caruso. Backhand attempt, never got to the net. Couple of Blues out in front, clogging the lane as that one goes right through the crease. But only the Blues were there. They come back the other way. Caruso with a takeaway. Tried to get through a pair of Blues players, couldn't do it. And back out to the neutral zone it goes, collected by Ian Duncan. 6 minutes to go in the first, 1-0 Blues lead. An Annie Farquhar goal, the difference so far in this one. Winnetka from the far corner. Billman battling with a couple of Blues players. It's finally taken away by Warmus behind the net, trying to find a centering attempt, and he can't do it before it's taken away. Pass attempt a little too far for Mike Ray, and Winnetka able to send it back down, but that'll be an icing whistle with 5:35 left in the first. 1-0 Blues.
Number 27, Carter Caruso, was the lone gentleman that kind of got left off the announcements during the names being read before the game, and he wants to make sure everybody knows his name now. A couple of nice rushes right there, but once again, another low to high play from this Winnetka Warriors team that could cause some trouble for the Blues.
Yeah, he's the leading scorer for Winnetka as a shot goes right through the crease, wide of the upright. And now the Blues back behind the net, centering attempt. Tried to get it to Farquhar. Now from the top of the circle, now the high slot. Olczyk working with it. And it's cleared back out by Winnetka. Here they come the other way. A centering pass. That was Prentice looking for McClanahan. And now here comes Farquhar. Able to gain the zone before it's taken away. Taken right back by the Blues. A shot goes wide. Fletcher clears it down into the neutral zone and then gets it right back. Pushed deep into the Blues' end, but short of the red line. There's another icing whistle. 4:46 left in the first. 1-0 the score remains.
Winnetka guilty of a couple icings here. Kind of playing on their heels. They just had a number of nice rushes, as I mentioned, but that Blues top line was right back out there. And you see that 1-2 punch of the Farquhar line followed by Weiner's line over here on the wing.
Weiner takes a shot after Zarenko won the draw. Winnetka the other way. Cal Warmis with a shot in on net, just paddled aside by Torling. Out to the far corner. Warriors take over the puck behind the net. Wraparound attempt, and able to plug the hole was Torling. He draws a whistle with 4:26 remaining in the first.
Good tracking there from Torling as that puck comes all the way around 360 and it goes from one post to the other, no problem.
Now the Blues, a clean win on the faceoff. They bring it out and trying to pass to himself. McDevitt whiffed on a shot attempt, but collects in the far corner. Battling with a couple of Warriors players, now gets some help. And a tie up two aside, just to the right. Along the backboards, taken away by Winnetka. They clear their end. Thatcher Buckhart sends it across. Now skating in, Cal Warmis. Just flips it in on net. And it's covered up by Torling.
It's another really good track by Torling. Just not cheating off that near side post. The Winnetka Warriors have found a little bit of offense on that blocker side, but they haven't found any holes from the netminder.
3:50 and counting left in the first period. 1-0 Blues lead it. They send it out and gain entry. Ryan Huff centers one, and it never got through. He was looking for Pfeiffer. Now Pfeiffer battling for it, gets it over to Ryan Huff. Huff skates with it. Dumps it off to his D-man who pushed it forward and it's taken away. Back the other way, Jack Linehan. Linehan, a shot is paddled aside a little too far out of the reach of Torling. Now able to cover it up. It looked like he wanted to push it behind the net and then thought better and tried to cover it up. It was just out of the reach. Luckily comes right back to the Blues goaltender.
We'll get full sail line changes here for both sides. As you mentioned, dangerous opportunity there for the Warriors. And once again, shutting the door was Torling, but a little bit more trouble with that one.
Just over 3 minutes remaining in the first, 3:06 and counting. Winnetka on the attack, looking for the equalizer. It's 1-0 Blues. That skips over the stick of Fletcher out to the neutral zone. Here comes Farquhar with some speed. A shot is paddled in front. Loose puck out in front of the net. And the Warriors take over and go back the other way. Now skating in, and it's covered up by Torling. It got a little too far away from Mike Prentice. Another clean opportunity for Annie Farquhar. Skating in with speed. Then a loose puck out in front. The Warriors luckily clear their own end.
You talked about that loose puck right after the Farquhar attempt, and that one was just sitting there at the top of the crease and just whiffing on that shot was Olczyk. Might have been stick checked on the back check there and going crashing into the net. So chaos at the Winnetka end of things.
Blues wrap the puck around behind their own net. Farquhar able to get it out into center ice, and it's collected by Caruso, who skates forward. Caruso weaving around the Blues and shoots one into the body of Torling, then deflects back behind. Caruso looking things over. Passed it across to George Smith, who rings it around the boards. Blues push it forward, and they're able to get it out. Skating ahead with it. Able to chase down a pass to himself, Landon Zarenko. Puck loose behind the Warriors' net. They take over and push forward with Buckert. A cross-ice attempt to Ben Sims missed the mark, and an icing call with 1:47 remaining in the first. 1-0 Blues. Warriors out shooting the Blues 7-3.
You saw the speed from Caruso on that last rush, taking it from his own end through the neutral zone and then in to the attacking zone. And man, oh man, you're going to have to try to shut down his speed and acceleration through that neutral zone throughout this game.
Yeah, Caruso tied for the team lead with 5 goals. He leads the team in points with 8. As skating forward, Cal Warmis gets the delayed penalty. Skating into the zone, advantage Winnetka. 1:35 and counting. They'll try to do something with an extra attacker on as Pedowitz went off. Delayed penalty finally touched by the Blues with 1:25 remaining in the first period. We have our first power play of the game. It'll be the Warriors with the extra man.
Just getting the stick up into the midsection at the blue line was the guilty party for the Chicago Blues, number 25, Mike Ray, and they're going to have a man advantage here for a minute 30, excuse me.
Minute 20 now on the clock as the shot goes in toward Torling, deflects back into the corner again. That's Mike Ray, the guilty party. Minute and a half power plays at this level. So Winnetka looks for the equalizers. Blues lead by a goal as they're able to clear their end and send it all the way down. We had a whistle for an icing call. The clock continued to run to the chagrin of all the Winnetka faithful in attendance here.
Yeah, the referee's going to go over to the penalty box just to make sure that we have the correct time up on the board, showing 59 seconds of power play time and 54 seconds, well, 54.9, I should say, of actual game clock. The delayed call gave them a little bit of extra man advantage, but regardless, if they don't score initially on this power play, it's going to carry over into the second.
Face-off won by the Blues behind their own net. They send it around. Comes out to center ice. And this will go all the way down for an icing. This time the clock stops immediately. 49 seconds on the game clock. 54 on the power play. So if Winnetka is unable to score in this period, they'll have about 5 seconds of a man advantage to begin period 2. First power play for either team in this game. Blues once again win the face-off and send it around. That's a big part of a penalty kill, winning those draws. Under 40 seconds remain. Caruso pushes forward with the puck on his stick. Skating around near side now, tries to center. A shot attempt deflects up and into the netting. Good stick by the Blues.
That's a really good opportunity there, all created by Caruso. It's going to possibly lead to opportunities for the Warriors. So the Blues are going to have to shut that down as best they can, but the speed coming from the outside, the power move to the inside, everything looks good coming from Caruso right now.
This faceoff's won by the Warriors. It comes to Caruso, who gives it back to the other side. George Smith, who sends deep. Comes back out to Smith. He passes it along once again. Prentice has it. Back to Smith. 12 seconds remaining. Prentice behind the net, centers one. Shot attempt was whiffed on by McLacken.
Not out.
Held in as it comes to Prentice, but time expires. A flip shot in on net goes right through the crease. That's how the first period comes to an end. The Warriors had a couple of looks, but it was Annie Farquhar with the lone goal in the period. Blues lead it 1-0 as we move to period 2. This is the 12UAA State Championship game. Chicago Blues hockey on Shellen Sports Media. Ready to begin the second period of this 12UAA state championship game. Chicago Blues lead the Winnetka Warriors 1-0. Annie Farquhar with the goal, assisted by Ethan Olchek. The Warriors actually outshot the Blues 8-3. But again, the Blues found the back of the net. 5 seconds remain on a power play for Winnetka. Mike Ray in the box. So we begin this second period. Winnetka comes in quick. A pass from Caruso, and then the rebound almost goes back out to Caruso after Jang put one in on net. So the penalty expires. Mike Ray back out of the box. 13:49 left in the second. 1-0 Blues. Back both teams at full strength.
Saved by the whistle. The Blues allow that rebound to get right in front of the blue paint with a man on the back door and just not able to put it away. They did have defense there to clear the puck out, but could have been dangerous.
And right as I said, both teams back at full strength. That's no longer the case. Cam Pfeiffer was hit with a penalty. There's an icing call on the far end. Will bring the puck back into the Blues' end. So another 5-on-4 advantage for Winnetka, who trail by a goal.
It's basically going to be a 3-minute long 5-on-4 man advantage power play for the Winnetka Warriors, as just as one expires, the next one begins.
Blues were able to kill off the first one, the Mike Ray penalty. See if they can do it again with Pfeiffer in the box as that's cleared out. So Winnetka will have to retreat and regroup. Minute 10 remaining on the penalty. 13 and a half to go in the second period. Warriors from the neutral zone trying to gain entry. Farquhar takes it away. Looking for a short-handed attempt. Top of the far circle, a shot. In on Pedowitz, covered up, and he draws the whistle. Well, that's a good way to kill a penalty. Put a shot in on the opposing net, short-handed.
Best way to kill the penalty, play 200 feet away from your own net. And I mean, Farquhar has had an amazing game thus far, the lone goal scorer in this one, but not only killing time, creating a shorthanded opportunity is huge for this Blues team.
13:10 remaining in the second, 50 seconds to go on the Cam Pfeiffer penalty. Winnetka pushes forward, a long pass to Mike Prentice. He gains the zone, tried to center it, and it's taken away once again. Once again, it was Farquhar who found the puck on her stick. Seemingly everywhere as pushing forward, Caruso able to gain the zone. Skates in, back behind the net, centers one, nobody home. It goes all the way out to the neutral zone. Winnetka has to retreat. 15 seconds to go on the Pfeiffer penalty. Winnetka sends it in, but right to Olchek, who whiffed, trying to wrap it around the boards. Now a battle back behind the Blues net. It clears out. Farquhar racing to the puck. Instead, it's Prentice who keeps it in. Prentice with a shot, deflects up high and over the net. Orling just got a piece of it as the penalty comes to an end. Both teams back at full strength. Stark clears his zone, sends it down. Caruso collects in the Warriors' end and now pushes forward with a long pass for Mike Prentice. It's skipped right off his stick. Battle right in front of the Winnetka bench. Goes out into the neutral zone, still along the boards, and that deflected up, hit a Winnetka player on the bench. 11:47 to go in the second, 1-0 Blues.
Well, another major kill on that power play by the Blues as they keep this one 1-0. And we'll see going forward if that holds, as we saw another nice opportunity from this Winnetka Warriors team offensively. Low to high.
Around the boards it goes, now out into the slot. Just sent back to the side by Leo Matz, and it clears out to center ice. Blues tried to push it forward, unable to, knocked down with a hand.
That's going to be a hand pass, so we're going to face off in front of the benches right there. Actually, this might come to center ice.
It looks like it will. Puck drop coming from the logo at center ice. 11:22 remaining in this second period. Brandon Januska along with Mike Napolitano. Here on Shell and Sports Media, 1-0 Chicago Blues in front of the Winnetka Warriors. Warriors with the puck. Push it across and out to center ice. Blues able to gain the end. Here's Weiner. A shot rings all the way around, went up high. Held in by the Blues. That one in on net. Pedowitz kicks it aside, back behind the Warriors' goal. Comes out to the point. Now D-to-D pass, skips away from Gurgle, who rings it around. Blues keep it in once again, send it down deep. Now Winnetka able to take it away. They pass it out of their own end, and trying to skate forward was Thillman, who then recollects and centers one. Only the Blues were home. Cleared back out. Warriors will take some time and regroup, but actually we'll get a whistle first.
And it's going to be a hooking call. So we're going to have a guilty party here headed to the box. It looks like it's going to be the number 6. No, he's headed to the bench. Oh, it's on the other side of things. Number 41, Cal Warmus.
So the Blues will head to the power play for the first time today. They killed off 2 Winnetka man advantages. One to close out the first, the other early in this second period. It's 1-0 Blues looking to add on. 10-10 remaining in this second period. From the point, sent all the way down. That was J.J. Powers, kicked aside by Pedowitz. Now a battle in the corner, comes out to the point. Dupre shoots one in, deflected down, loose puck, they score! Dupre had the initial shot. It was knocked down, deflected down, and then laying right out in front after Pedowitz made the initial save, and the Blues were able to finish it and put it in.
That goal is going to go to Blues number 23, Joey Bolognino, with a beautiful backdoor tap in. You got to get those garbage goals. I mean, we saw a great chance from the Blues right before that rung off the iron and had a chance to extend their lead. Then they get the power play and can't make a mistake a second time, and they don't.
They capitalize on their first power play opportunity. It's Caruso skating with it. Top of the slot, shoots one just wide. For Bolognino, that's his 3rd goal in the state playoffs this year. Skating forward with it, J.J. Powers tries to center one, never got through. Now another centering attempt, goes right to Winnetka, they clear their end. Caruso skating forward, it's 2-0 Blues in the second. Powers dumps it back behind along the near boards, right below us. Stark had it knocked away from him as Linehan tries to center one. Now a shot, hit a body out in front, that was Ian Duncan. And Stark has to go off his skate. Pass attempt, shot attempt rather, goes in on Torling.
I think we're going to get an elbowing call here.
This might be against
Farquhar. Farquhar, yeah. Oh no, headed to the penalty box door is open. Oh, it's Stark. I didn't see where the penalty originated, so yeah, Stark will head to the box. Max Stark, the guilty party. You saw Winnetka getting some room in the offensive zone there, a couple of nice opportunities. They're still trying that low to high opportunities. They get the man advantage.
We saw the Blues capitalize a few moments ago on a power play opportunity. The Blues have killed off 2 Winnetka power plays already. Can they do it a 3rd time? It's Caruso skates in with the puck. A shot deflects up and into the netting. 8:35 remaining in the second, 2-0 Blues, 1:08 left on the Max Stark penalty. Face off to the left of Nicholas Torling. Linehan and Olchek on the draw. The puck trickles in on Torling off the face-off, covers up, and we'll get another one to his left. Once again, it'll be Jack Linehan for the Warriors against Ethan Olchek of the Blues. Blues come away with possession. They ring it around. Olchek tries to clear his end, unable to. Now Caruso with the puck, centers it across to the other side. Out to the point, along the blue line, and sent back in deep. Behind the net, Winnetka plays keep away, now sends it back out. George Smith sent it deep to Prentice. Now behind the net, Linehan centers one. It's kicked aside. McLachlan tied up, taken by Linehan, who backhands one in on Torling. It kicks out in front. And Olchek able to clear before going off for a change. 7:40 and counting left. Just 12 ticks on the power play for Winnetka as they push forward one last rush with a man advantage. Linehan skates in, centering attempt. No one home. It was Prentice who tried a backdoor attempt, went wide. Power play has ended. Both teams back at full strength. 7:20 to go in the second. 2-0 Blues. A shot off the side of the cage. And Winnetka pushes forward. They send it in to the far corner. A wipeout along the boards by Max Mann as he collected the puck. Now Farquhar has it, taken away by Caruso. High slot trying to weave through traffic, sends it deep to Max Mann, who will just backhand it off the skate of the official in the corner. And now a battle along the boards, held in at the blue line. Farquhar battling Caruso. Caruso comes away, and now it's knocked away. And the Blues push out. They send forward Landon Zarenko. Zarenko puts one in on net into the glove of Pedowitz, who holds with 6:32 remaining in the second period.
Really nice move there by the Blues on the wall. Zarenko just passing it to himself off the boards and around the defender and gives himself an opportunity in the offensive zone. Doesn't go in, but you get yourself a face-off. You can go ahead and create an opportunity from that.
Face off to the left of Wyatt Pedowitz. 2-0 Blues lead, 6.5 to go in the second period. Battle from the far corner. Blues tried to center it. Winnetka found the puck and clear it out to center ice. Collected by J.J. Powers, who pushes it forward to Weiner. Tie up in front of the Winnetka bench out in the neutral zone, and the Warriors come away with it. They dump it in on net, paddled aside by Torling. Held in at the blue line, a shot from the point goes all the way into the glove of Nicholas Torling. That was Reed Jang from the point. Exactly 6 minutes remain in this second frame. 2-0 Blues. The 12UAA State Championship game, Blues and Warriors.
Brand new forward line out here for the Warriors as they couldn't do anything with that last power play, but they're still trying to make something work in the offensive zone.
Molonino was able to spin and send it all the way down deep the other way. Blues on the attack. Centering pass, and it kicks out to the far corner.
Olchek just shoveled that wide as he had the whole goal mouth in front of him, but nothing doing.
And now a backhand score! The puck came right out to the Blues as they now lead it 3-0 here in the second.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. Olchek, as I mentioned, shoveled that first one wide going east to west. He goes west to east and makes no mistake putting that in on that same near side.
The leading scorer for the Blues in these state playoffs finds the back of the netting once again, his 8th goal in his 5th state playoff game, including those round-robin games. And it's now 3-0, Blues in front. Winnetka shoots one off the crossbar, and kicks out wide. Jack Linehan pulled the trigger, and now it's going back the other way. A takeaway at the blue line. Ryan Huff pushes forward. Winnetka gets it back. Linehan sends this one low, kicked aside with the right pad of Nicholas Torling. Less than 5 minutes remain in this second period. Stark skates behind his own net and now dumps it for a teammate. Ray will try to clear the zone. He does. Winnetka takes over for a moment, taken right back by the Blues. So they send it in on Pedowitz, who will play the puck to a teammate. 4.5 remaining in the second period. Here's Caruso. Right in front of us along the near boards. We'll just wrap it around behind the Blues net. Stark collects for the Blues and is able to clear the zone off the boards. This will go all the way down for an icing with 4:12 left in the second period.
Really nice toe drag move from Caruso on that last zone entry. Allows him to keep puck possession, evade the forechecking defenseman, and then get it around to the perimeter. Couldn't quite get a lane towards the net, but it's what this Winnetka team's been playing, is that perimeter game where they shoot it low to high or at least take it around to get the goaltender moving.
Face off to the right of Torling. Tie up on the dot. Held in at the point by Winnetka. Shot attempt never got through. It's picked off by Ben Weiner, who pushes forward with the puck. Weiner with a pass attempt and goes right back through the crease. His intended target wiped out upon receiving the puck and now gets it once again. Weiner, backhanded pass attempt, is picked off. Here comes Winnetka. Ryan Shea leaves the puck for Thilman. Right through the crease, missed everyone. Shea will collect along the near board, send it back out to the point. A shot deflects in on Torling, who covers it up in the crease with 3:24 left in the second.
Well, the second period has felt way longer than the first, and that's because some of the action's been down here on our side with the Winnetka Warriors really trying to push to get that next goal. But instead, the Blues have extended their lead 3-0 here, as they haven't had the majority of the chances, I'd say, here in that second period, but been some power plays and then just some really good opportunities for this Chicago Blues team.
Caruso with a backhanded pass attempt goes right through the crease, past everyone, held in at the point and sent around the boards. Blues have it and will clear it back out to center ice, but this will go all the way down the length of the ice for icing. And another offensive zone draw coming for Winnetka. It's 3-0 Blues with 3:06 left in the second period. Face off once again to the left of Nicholas Torling. It'll be Jack Linehan on the draw for the Warriors. Ethan Olchek for the Blues. Olchek wins it. Comes out to Stark, who has it taken away by McLachlan. Sent out to the Blues, or rather to the blue line, held in by Ian Duncan. A shot goes in on Torling, who deflects it aside. Another one, that's into the glove of Torling. A shot from Reed Jang. Nice job evading traffic. Torling able to track it all the way into his glove and draw the whistle. Another face-off to Torling's left. Won by Winnetka. They send it back behind the Blues goal. Puck centers out in front, and now Farquhar off to the races, going back the other way. Already has a goal today. A shot is stopped by the pad of Pedowitz and then covers up.
What a howitzer there from Olchek as Farquhar finds Olchek once again. That line, I mean, we've talked about it all afternoon here, but it just is relentless. It ceases to stop with the offensive opportunities and also finding each other, the chemistry, the awareness of where your teammates are going to be on the ice. That's that high hockey IQ that we've seen from that top line from the Blues.
Yeah, that's Olchek, 79 in blue, to Farquhar, 97 in blue. Each of them with a goal in this game. 3-0 Blues lead. 2:24 and counting left in the second period. Blues on the attack. Backhanded attempt off the
that's
side
poked
and
through.
in. Second effort does get by Pedowitz, and the Blues make it 4-0. It looked like Pedowitz had the initial save. And the Blues' relentless pressure ends up with another goal.
I believe that's Olchek again. Went through the handshake line first, but I couldn't quite see who poked that puck home. And boy, oh boy, regardless though, that we were just talking about that top line, they don't stop. They get their third goal for that line, fourth for the Blues of the day.
Olchek with his second of the day. 4-0 Blues lead. And pushing forward once again with the puck. There's Ethan Olchek. We get the official announcement of it. Olchek with the goal, assisted by Farquhar. Farquhar with the puck, sends it out into the neutral zone, where it's collected by Thatcher Burkhart. Winnetka trying to gain entry, unable to. As it goes out along the far boards, Farquhar has it, and will dump it around. Minute 35 left in the second. 4-0 Blues have opened it up. They had a 1-goal advantage after the first period. Have added 3 more here in the second. It's an icing call. Blues sent it deep. Minute 22 remaining in this second period. Now an offensive zone draw coming for the Winnetka Warriors. They'll come to the left of Torling. Ryan Shea takes it against Pfeiffer. Shea wins. Now skating in, McLachlan sends one through, deflects up and over, and out of play.
It's probably the best opportunity the Warriors have had thus far. We've talked about them having a lot of them in this second period. Most of that has been because of the power plays, maybe a little bit of momentum. It's hard to build momentum when you're getting scored on at the other end, and wow, what a shot there.
Shots are fairly even in this second period. 9-8 in favor of the Warriors, who are out shooting the Blues 17-11 overall in this game. But it's 4-0 Blues in front. The shot deflects up high off the glass and right in between the skates of Cam Pfeiffer. Just couldn't find it down in front, and it's cleared out to center ice.
We're gonna get a whistle here. Did that hit somebody on the bench? Not sure. We're gonna have the face-off right at center ice. That may have gone out of play. But yeah, Pfeiffer, you mentioned, I don't think you knew it was right down below him, right in front of the crease in that low slot area, and sometimes it just gets lost in the skates.
Yeah, took the initial shot. That's the one that deflected up high off the glass and ended up coming right back out in front. Prime real estate area, just didn't know he had it. 38 ticks left in the second period. A shot into the glove. That was Reed Jang on the shot. Torling holds. 33 seconds left in the second period. 4-0 Blues lead. Caruso against Zarenko. Loose puck. Blues kick it forward. Held in by Winnetka. And now the Blues will be able to push it to center ice. A whistle upon entry to the zone. Offsides the call with 17 seconds left in this second frame.
Brandon, you and I were talking about how advanced these 12U. Can you imagine these are 12U? They look like they're almost 16 years old, and they've played like it here today. We've seen some incredible talent on both sides through 2 periods here.
Yeah, the stick handling, the passing. I mean, they're going for stretch plays, things that you'd expect to see if you're watching maybe high school level. But This is the 12U AA state championship. Both teams have looked good. Blues have capitalized, though. They lead 4-0. 5 seconds left. Winnetka trying to push forward. Caruso has it taken away. Stark sends it back out, and that's how the second period comes to an end. A trio of second period goals for the Blues gives them a 4-0 lead over the Warriors as we head to the third. This is Chicago Blues hockey in the 12U AA state championship game on Shellin Sports Media. On to the third period we go here in the AHAI Tier 2 12U AA State Championship game. Chicago Blues and Winnetka Warriors. It's the Blues with a 4-0 lead. First period goal from Annie Farquhar. Then in the second period, Joey Bolonino with a goal and Ethan Olchek with a pair of finishes, making it 4-0 Blues in front. Battle along the far boards in the Winnetka end. They send it to center ice, not any further. Annie Farquhar gains entry and then has her pocket picked. Back the other way comes Max Mann. Gains the zone, tries to find a shooting lane, shoots one in on Torling, kicked aside. Along the near boards now it comes. Blues take it away. They'll skate out with it. Cross ice pass as they gain entry. Tried to find Farquhar, couldn't connect. That was a pass from Joey Bolonino. Now Winnetka the other way. Prentice shoots one in on Torling. It goes back behind the net, out to the point. Now back to the corner, and Mike Prentice. Taken away by the Blues. They will skate out with it and push forward. Skating around, it's now taken away by Caruso. He was able to get the puck away from Landon Zarenko. Back out to center ice. Blues collect off the body of Jack Linehan. Now he has the puck, skating in on net. Shoots one. Knocked down right in front. Loose in the crease. Cleared out by the Blues. Another clean look for Jack Linehan. In the second period, he had a shot go off the crossbar. He had a couple of good looks for Winnetka. But they remain off the board. 4-0 Blues. Approaching the 12-minute mark as a delayed penalty. Ben Sims and J.J. Powers who got tangled up, and it'll be Sims headed to the box.
And J.J. Powers just wanted to cut back the other direction, and the stick just gets caught up in his skates. So tripping penalty there, and it's not exactly what the Warriors want here, being down 4 with 12 to go here in this third and final period of the championship. We have some confusion going on. Referees talking it over at center ice. See what exactly gets said of this. The box is calling over the referees as well. So we already have one player for Winnetka sitting in the box for that trip. I'm not sure if we're getting another call here. Or
yeah, right now they put the puck
It's a timeout.
In the neutral zone, we have a timeout for the Blues. 12:05 left in this third period. Shots in favor of Winnetka, 20-12. But it's 4-0 Blues in front. So they'll try to kill off a penalty. Or rather, the Blues will be on the man advantage. Winnetka will try to kill off a penalty. The last time the Blues were on a power play, they found the back of the net.
We got the penalty box door open for the Blues side of things now. Not sure if we are getting a call over there, but they've called a timeout. They haven't initially signaled anybody to go to the box.
Yeah, it could be matching penalties. That would explain why they dropped the puck in the neutral zone, and there he goes. That's Mike McDevitt,
Yeah, okay.
who will go into the box. So matching penalties, we remain 5 aside with 12:05 remaining in the third, 4-0, and we'll have a neutral zone face-off. Blues in front by 4.
I'm not sure what that penalty was for, but a huge break from the Warriors rather than being shorthanded here. It's just going to be 5-on-5. Just have to jumble up the lines a little bit.
So we get a whistle right after the puck drop. We had a horn go off. Maybe that's...
Yeah, the box, I think, is signaling the referees over for something. It's weird that they waited that entire time out and then decided once the puck was dropped to go ahead and blow the horn. Not sure.
So the discussion continues. The officials with the official scores. Well, what we know for sure, it's 4-0 Blues in front, third period. Goals in this one again by Annie Farquhar in the first. Second period goals by Joey Bolanino and Ethan Olchak, who had a pair. 4-0 Blues lead it. This 12UAA State Championship game. I'm Brandon Januska, along with Mike Napolitano. Maybe we can get some clarification here. The puck drop will come back to the neutral zone, same dot where the previous drop was. 12:04 back on the clock.
I'm not sure what that was right there.
Yeah, we seem to be in the same situation we were, as we will play on. Winnetka able to gain entry. Mike Prentice centers one, but the Blues pick it off. Try to clear it back the other way. They do get it out to Farquhar in the neutral zone, who now gains entry on the other side. Farquhar pulls up and then has it taken away by Caruso. Caruso skating ahead with it. Enters the zone, now trying to work his way in on net. Backhand attempt, knocked down by Torling. A shot deflects off Farquhar. Winnetka still applying pressure, 11 and a half to go in the third. Caruso behind the net. Centers one to the top of the circle, now out to the point, held by Jang, who sends it back deep. Blues take it away, they push out. Slapper in on Pedowitz, who had it deflect out of the glove and will be played by the Warriors. They push forward. Reed Jang weaving through traffic, lost the puck for a moment, gets it right back and flings it toward the net. It hit a body, actually hit a teammate, Mike Prentice, and the Blues take it right back. Now skating in was Pfeiffer, who fell to the ice. Puck cleared back out. J.J. Powers will dump one in on Pedowitz. He'll glove and hold to draw a whistle with 10:42 left in the third.
Still see two members of this game in the box, one aside, so still 5-on-5, but as I mentioned, you've got maybe one of your line mates jumbled up because of the offsetting penalties. See if that affects anything going forward here. We've seen a number of chances on both sides.
As an offsides call, we'll draw the whistle. 10:34 left in the third. Again, shots in favor of Winnetka in this one, 21-14. But the Blues, the only ones to find the back of the net, leading 4-0. 10:34 to go in the third. Neutral zone faceoff, won by the Blues. Mike McDevitt will push forward, so the players are back out of the box because it was McDevitt who was in for the Blues.
Yeah, they just came out on that last whistle there.
Now Weiner will dump it in toward the net, goes wide. They were beyond the red line, so pushing back the other way now is Christopher Fletcher. Weaves in and shoots. He hit a skate, never got to the net. Kicks to the corner. And skating back out with it are the Blues. Tumbling to the ice was Bolanino. Skating forward, he pops right back up. And now a shot from Gurgle. Hit a body, never got there.
Good eat of the shot there from Fletcher, Christopher.
Blues send it back the other way. This one will deflect and go all the way down for an icing call. Pass attempt off the boards, but they were short of the red line, so back into the Blues end it goes with 9:32 left in this third period. 4-0 Blues lead.
We've talked about the offense that the Blues have had, but how about the goaltending? Nicholas Torling has really shut the door here on a really good Winnetka Warriors team.
Winnetka with the puck at center ice. Caruso dumps it in. And the Blues will smack it right back out. Buckhart has it taken away. Farquhar was ahead of her line mates. Gain in the zone. We have a whistle for offsides with 9:10 left in the third.
If you're the Warriors, you've got that goose egg on the board. It's going to be starting to eat at you if it hasn't already. Only 9 minutes to go, and you basically got to score 2 goals or a goal per 2 minutes if you want to get back into this one.
As we approach the 9-minute mark, Linehan, he's been the closest of the Warriors players to netting one. Hit the crossbar back in the second period, but has the puck sent right back down ice. Collected by George Smith. And Smith will push forward with the puck, sends it ahead. Caruso sends one through the slot and kicked wide. Blues clear it right back out. Winnetka struggling to maintain pressure on Nicholas Torling in this third period. A whistle for icing, 8:29 left in the third. It's still 4-0 Blues.
Winnetka hasn't really challenged Torling with anything too difficult. Maybe we saw a little bit more of that in that first period, or those chances I was mentioning in the second period as well, but not so much here in the third. Now they've had offsetting penalties here, but nothing really going their way.
And Torling's had a heck of a postseason already in these state playoffs through the first 4 games. Faced 49 shots, allowed just 1 goal, 98% save percentage, .980.
That's a huge save percentage right there.
So far today, he's stopped all 22 shots he's faced.
That's an even bigger save percentage.
As Winnetka will push forward with the puck. Approaching the 8-minute mark here in the third period, 4-0 Blues lead. The Blues push ahead. McDevitt skating in on net, centers one, they score! Landon Zarenko. Beautiful feed from McDevitt. Zarenko finishes, and it's 5-0 Blues.
Zarenko had a nice rush in that second period and didn't get rewarded for it. Drew the iron, but makes no mistake on this one. And boy, oh boy, you just got to feel that that is the final nail in the coffin here for Winnetka. Not really going to be able to come back down 5 with just under 8 to go. And they've played a really good game. You got to give it to this Warriors team. Of course, they've gotten to the championship. That means they've got some talent, and they've had it on display today. It's just they've been outmatched both offensively and defensively throughout this one.
Yeah, the better looks have been for the Blues, even though the Warriors have had more shots. I would say the Blues have probably had the more threatening opportunities so far, and it's shown in 5 goals.
Talk about that smooth, elite passing there from the Blues on that last goal. Man, that was just a beautiful backdoor play. We're going to get a call right here on the Blues.
Linehan was bodied off the puck out in center ice, so It will be Winnetka going on the power play. They have not capitalized yet in this one. It's J.J. Powers headed to the box for the next 90 seconds. 7:18 left in the third. 5-0 Blues lead.
This is actually going to be a 6-on-4 as they've elected to pull the netminder. Wyatt Pedowitz headed to the bench right away, and Winnetka just trying to keep their championship hopes alive.
Yeah, with 7:10 and counting left in this third period, why not? Nothing to lose at this point. Caruso skates in with it. You need 5 goals in the next 7 minutes if you're Winnetka. A loose puck out in front, and they do find the back of the net. For the first time today, they beat Nicholas Torling, made the initial save. Again, it was a loose puck out in front. It looks like that was Linehan.
I believe so. Yeah, the initial shot, like you said, got saved, and then I think it was just laying out in front, and they were able to find a hole. But boy, oh boy, Torling has played an amazing game here. You can't fault him too much. That's a 6-on-4 opportunity. You're outnumbered, but man, there goes the shutout. I was trying not to jinx it.
It makes it a 5-1 game now at this point. Again, that's just the second goal Nicholas Torling has allowed in these state playoffs. This is the 5th game he's played.
That's incredible.
A big takeaway, Ryan Huff. Backhands a centering pass attempt, taken away though by Caruso. Here he comes. Carter Caruso skates into the zone. Tried to work his way on net, had a Blues player draped around him, and will get the whistle. So back to the power play goes Winnetka. 5-1 in the third with 5:49 remaining.
And back to the bench goes Wyatt Pedowitz as it's going to be another 6-on-4. So Winnetka's plan here is, hey, if you keep drawing penalties, you're going to keep getting 6-on-4s rather than 5-on-4s because you pull the netminder and maybe you could chip away.
James Dupre, the guilty party, in the box for the next 90 seconds. 5:44 and counting in this third period. 5-1 Blues lead. Caruso setting things up, enters the zone. Carter Caruso with a shot off the body of Torling. Loose puck collected by the Blues behind their own net. Trying to pin it along the boards. It's taken away by Winnetka. Fletcher centers it. Knocked back to Fletcher. In the corner, another centering attempt, and they score. Ben Sims. And all of a sudden, it's a 3-goal game.
I don't know if I've ever seen an opportunity where 2 power plays that should have been 5-on-4s, you pull the goaltender to make them 6-on-4, both convert. I mean, that's impressive from Winnetka. And I mean, if that's the way you got to put pucks past Nicholas Torling, that's all the credit to Nicholas Torling, because it's going to take everything to get pucks past him. But like you said, a 3-goal game now. It's still 5 and some change on the clock.
Yeah, if you're Winnetka, still time to pull off this incredible comeback. And if you're the Blues, you can't be on your heels at this point. You have to maintain that pressure you were putting on early in this game. 5 minutes left in the third period. It's 5-2, Blues in front. Winnetka has scored the last pair, both on the power play. Both teams at full strength right now. Caruso shoots, and it deflects. Never got to Torling. Loose puck out in front. Torling sprawls out on top of it and draws the whistle. 4:41 to go in the third. 5-2 Blues.
You can even hear the Winnetka side of the fan base here that is pumped up and rejuvenated after those 2 goals. You even heard a "Let's Go Warriors" chant, and the momentum has definitely swung their way recently here. We'll see if that continues.
Offensive zone draw won by the Warriors, held in by Duncan. And once again, held by Duncan before the Blues do finally clear it back out. Collected by Reed Jang. And now it'll come all the way back to Ian Duncan. Winnetka slows things down. 4:20 remaining in the third. 3-goal game. Blues in front. Blues take the puck away. Taken right back by Caruso. He skates in with it. Carter Caruso weaves his way around one Blues player, but not a second.
And they are going to get that hook on the Blues right there. So this is going to be another power play for Winnetka. It's going to be another 6-on-4.
And it's the second one created by Carter Caruso. Just using his stick handling skills and speed, skating around the Blues players and drawing the penalty. And as we saw for the first two power plays in this period, Winnetka pulls Pedowitz out of the goal. It'll be 6-on-4. Warriors trying to draw a little bit closer. A loose puck held in initially, now it goes back out.
Winnetka wanted another call right there the Blues wanted a call on Winnetka at the blue line.
Yeah, Caruso ended up playing the player instead of the puck, and it ended up costing them the zone. They had to re-enter and did so successfully. Winnetka holds. A centering attempt. Ben Sims whiffed on the shot.
I think that may have drew iron.
3.5 to go, a loose stick. That's actually Torling's stick, and now he's able to collect it as the puck goes down ice toward the empty net, but wide. Icing is the call. 44 seconds left on the Blues penalty. 3:23 left in the third. It's Annie Farquhar in the box. 44 seconds left on her penalty. 5-2 Blues in front. Face off to the right of Nicholas Torling. Won by the Warriors. Held in by George Smith. Sent across to Caruso, who spins around trying to find a shooting lane. Instead passes it off the boards to Linehan, who shoots and has a deflect back behind the net. Around the boards it comes to Caruso, who holds the point. 3 minutes left. Linehan to Caruso. Centers one. Comes all the way out, and a shot from George Smith goes wide.
Really good movement at the blue line from Caruso. A little bit of deception.
Mike Prentice shoots into the glove of Torling. He holds with 2:44 left in the period.
That's a crucial glove save. The previous two power plays for this Winnetka side have resulted in their 2 goals, and here you are with just 5 seconds to go. You got to imagine Winnetka puts their netminder back in, but then again, it's a 3-goal game with just under 3 minutes to go. He may stay out.
A face-off goes right in on Torling, who just covers it up and will do it again to the right of Nicholas Torling. 3 seconds left on the Farquhar penalty. Empty net to our right. Pedowitz, the goaltender for the Warriors, on the bench. Farquhar heads out of the box. Both teams now at full strength. Still 6-on-5 with Winnetka opting for the extra attacker. Warriors from their own end will start to push forward. Smith mishandled the puck, and now they have to retreat once again. Caruso will send it forward. Into the zone, and then right back out come the Blues.
That's going to be a trip.
Penalty. Olchak was taken down to the ice. With 2:07 left in the game, now the Blues on the man advantage, and because of that, Pedowitz will come back into the game.
This has been an insane final 8 minutes of this game where we've seen Winnetka go on so many power plays, and here they are going to be on the penalty kill now, and those power plays got even crazier by them pulling the netminder and scoring 6-on-4. Really swing the momentum their way, but it's been all Blues thus far, which is why that score line reads 5-2, and they're going to get an opportunity to really seal the deal here with a 1 minute and 30-second power play with the game clock at just 2:07 to go.
Yeah, and credit to Winnetka. They continue to battle in this one. It'd be easy to give up, trailing by 5 goals entering this period, or early in this period, I should say. It was 4-0 entering the third. 5-0 at one point, but they've come away with a couple of goals, and it's a 3-goal game. 2:07 left, but as you said, this is a big power play opportunity for the Blues right here.
We thought this game was put away with that 5th goal, but that made it 5-0. We're looking at a 5-2 scoreline. There's still time here. So if you're on the power play, you're not going to put your foot on the brake at all. You're going to probably put your foot as far down on the accelerator as you can.
Weiner wins it off the draw. Plays it along the boards to McDevitt. Behind the Winnetka net. Less than 2 minutes remaining in this third period. 5-2 Blues lead. Puck is poked away by George Smith. He pushes forward. If you're Winnetka, you'd love to get a short-handed opportunity here. Can't really afford to let this last minute come off on the power play. Minute 35 left in the game. Entering the zone was Zarenko, just sends it around deep. Now the Blues go off for a change as Winnetka pushes forward. And it's sent right back in. We have a whistle with 1:19 remaining in the third, 5-2 Blues.
Well, you said it, Brandon. I mean, you got to have the mindset that you can get a shorthanded goal within the next couple of minutes here if you want to even survive in this game. And now it's not going to be more so a 5-on-5 goal with the goaltender pulled.
With the face-off coming at the logo, Caruso was pushing forward, but it's taken away by the Blues. Shot toward the empty net, but never got there. It was picked off by Fletcher. Now this one will go all the way down for an icing call against the Blues. Minute 8 remaining, 31 seconds still on the Blues power play.
It's a smart move by Winnetka to get the goaltender pulled. Of course, you kind of have to at this point, but it also kills that power play. It's more 5-on-5, so as long as you can keep that puck out of your zone, it's not going to find the empty net, and you negate the power play.
2 empty net goals already scored for Winnetka. I should say they had their net empty. Using that extra attacker, it paid off twice. Both of those were on the power play, though, so it was really a 2-man advantage. Can they do it now? 5-on-5. Push forward, here comes Caruso. 42 and counting left in this third period. Caruso has it taken away, knocked down. Christopher Fletcher collects and sends it back the other way. Mann pushes it ahead to Linehan. Linehan's shot goes wide. 25 seconds left in the third. Battle along the far boards in the corner. It comes back out to center ice. Fletcher collects. Less than 20 to play. 5-2 Blues in front on the verge of a state championship title as they clear it back out to Fletcher at center ice. 5 ticks left on the clock. As the celebration will be delayed for a moment, we get a whistle with 4 seconds remaining in this one. The Blues ready to explode off their bench. Leading by 3 with just 4 seconds left. A face-off from the logo. It's won by the Blues. And there's the horn. And the celebration ensues. The Chicago Blues are the 12UAA state champions, defeating the Winnetka Warriors by a final score of 5-2.
I figured out what that call was earlier. Is the air horn that we have over here. It's actually one of those drills that's like a train horn. Must have been a warning from the referees not to use it until you actually get the victory, and the Blues have done so here. So 5-2 victory. You got to give it to Winnetka, though. They pushed at the very end and did everything they could to try to keep their hopes of lifting that trophy alive, but the Blues just the better team overall here. You talk about the goaltending from Nicholas Torling. You talk about the offense from that top line, whether it was Andy Farquhar or Ethan Olchek, but even depth pieces like Landon Zarenko and Cam Pfeiffer, and boy, oh boy, I should also mention Joey Bolanino. And we're going to get some handshakes here, and then a banner ceremony for each side as the flags for the Blues come out over the glass. Thought a couple of the fans were going to come over the glass as well. They were hanging on the boards over there, but what a victory for the Blues fans here and the Chicago Blues themselves.
Yeah, an incredible season, capped off with an incredible state championship win for the Chicago Blues. Goals in this one from Annie Farquhar in the first. Second period goals from Joey Bolanino, and a couple of goals from Ethan Olchek. And then in the third period, Landon Zarenko with the finish. Made it 5-0 Blues at the time. The Warriors were able to put two in. Ben Sims and Jack Linehan each found the back of the net. But it wasn't enough for Winnetka today. The Chicago Blues are your state champions.
I thought for sure we'd see the cap off of the hat trick for Ethan Olchek, but Annie Farquhar, she played incredible here today too. You got to give credit to that entire top line that spread things out and got the job done early and often for this Blues squad. And yeah, you can't fault them for really anything today.
Yeah, that top line of Olchek, Farquhar, and Bolanino combined for 4 of the 5 goals in this one today. So that top line really doing the damage for the Blues. As we have the celebration going on, we'll have the presentation of the second place banner first, being awarded to the Winnetka Warriors. They won the Central States Pee Wee Major Championship back on February 8th. Fell just a little short here in the 12UAA State Championship. They get a second place finish, but again, another great season for Winnetka as well. Finished second place in the regular season in the Pee Wee Major Division. And now the presentation of the first place banner, followed by the state championship trophy being awarded to Annie Farquhar and company for the Chicago Blues. Farquhar and Ben Weiner are the first two to be given the banner. Now the teammates collect around behind it. Picture time for the Chicago Blues. Congratulations to them on a great season. Went on a 5-0 run here in the state playoffs, 5-0. Big overtime win against the Sabres on March 1st to send them into this championship game. And then the offense exploding here in this one, a 5-2 victory for the Blues as they are awarded the state championship trophy.
And none of them go for the cup. They're all busy waving the flags and accepting the banner, but the trophy itself is just going to get placed down in front of them. What a team effort.
It really was all season long for the Chicago Blues. And they are your Tier 2 12UAA state champions with that 5-2 victory. On behalf of my partner, Mike Napolitano, I'm Brandon Januska. This has been Chicago Blues Hockey here on Shellin Sports Media.